kind are pretty ki- kind are pretty nice, and they can be 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 pretty pretty helpful since they boost the mood mood of pawns that they complement and meant reduce seeing mental breaks, and they never slide others, which will reduce social fights. So, technically, sensitive is actually he's actually not a, not does it really matter to unless they're bonded with a high mate or or what was I thinking? Or our psychicaster. It does it increases psychic sensitivity. That doesn't matter to less pe- people. What they say a is true. Industrious gives a massive work speed increase. So it's S tier. Steadfast has a significant reduction to mental break thresholds, which is very helpful. Night owl, we do is increases mood, mood increases a mood gain. Decreases mood at night and decreases mood in day. It increases it more at night, but day is longer. I'm going to put it in the C tier. Psychopath we nullifies a lot of negative mood buffs, but it also nullifies a lot of positive mood buffs, and they're more likely to get into social fights because they don't get any any opinion improvement for socializing. I'm pretty. I'm putting it somewhere between and the high D tier. Abrasive, abrasive puns often insult people, which will lead to more social fights. Hard worker improves the works beat, but not as much as industrious. It goes into A tier. Nervous increases mental break, but not as much as one, another trait we're going to come to. So it goes into D tier. The psychically stuff don't really matter. Great memory is very useful for when pawns that have at least 10 skills, so it goes into A tier. Chemical interest goes into D tier because it makes pawns desire or chemical recreation, which is drugs. The plus goes into F tier because it has a massive mood reduction to pawns. Stickingly ugly goes into D tier because it only reduces every pawn's opinion of them. Py- Pyromaniacs light fires all the time. If your colony is made out of wood, they'll burn it to the ground, no problem. No, no hesitation. I mean, cannibals get mood buff for wearing human skin and eating human flesh, and there is no side effect to this. The other pawns might not like them for this, but it pretty but that's a pretty good benefit. Tortured artists are have a have a also have a mood debuff, but less than that of depressive pawns, and they get a positive out of it. They always go on an inspired creativity when the, the they tortured what their mental breaks, and teetotalers won't do any drugs. This is bad because wait, is the steadfast increase the mental break threshold be more than Ironworld? No, I got them confused. Steadfast goes into A tier and Ironworld goes into S tier. Teetotalers won't will get mood debuffs from using drugs. So if you're using drugs, non-medical drugs, so if you need to boost your mood with drugs, well, that's out of the question. So they're going to be here. Psychic powers don't really matter. Bloodlust pawns don't get a moody buff if you do a lot of awful things your ideology for forbids beds beds and they feel comfortable wearing clothes people died in, which most pawns don't, and they get a mood boost for killing people, with the only downside being they're a lot more likely to start a social fight. But if you can keep them friendly with everyone, but they're easier to keep friendly with everyone because they don't, don't because they still get mood buffs for opinion buffs for talking with people. What does undergrounder do? I know it changes the outdoor needs to an indoor need. Need, but, but what else? But does it do anything else? Mm. Moon not affected by darkness. Data mood not affected by darkness. I'm more mood when indoor. It's, it's good they're not affected by darkness, but it really depends on. But whether this is mainly good or bad depends on whether this pond is doing more of their work inside or outside. So I guess it goes in the average here, which is C. Nimbo makes them amazing prowlers, so it goes into A tier. Annoying voice give them an opinion debuff with all pond, but fine. Lazy reduces work speed. It goes in D tier. Volatile really makes them more likely to mentally break, so it goes into F tier. The new nudists get a lot of mood buffs for not wearing clothes, but in extreme temperatures where they need to wear clothes, they'll get a mild mood debuff for doing there. Also, they'll need a lot of armor is classified as clothing. So they'll go into detail. Prowlers, quickly breathing is really the same as an annoying voice, so it goes in the same tier. Prowlers is, are pretty similar to Nimbo with a better melee combat, but in appearance, you might need to assign one of these, a Prowler or Nimbo, to use a ranged weapon, I guess, and they receive a mood debuff for doing that, so it's going to be a tier lower than Nimble. Slothful really reduces is their work speed, so it goes into F tier. Neurotic increases work speed, but with an increased mental break threshold. Okay. What you burn me? This gives immunity gained being, which could really save them from a disease. This is masochist increases mood for being in pain, and they'll be in pain a lot. It goes into a there. It reverses the mood from pain. Tough reduces the damage they take. It by a lot. It goes into healthcare. Miss Andrews just gives them a negative opinion of all male colonists. A negative 25 opinion of all male colonists. Jogger makes them run a lot faster, so it's just here. Very neurotic increases the work speed, be, but also in by a lot, but also increases the mental break threshold. Sickly randomly catches diseases every 30 days, which is every 30 days on average. This That means they'll be out of commission a ton and waste a ton of your medicine. Body mod gain a mood increase for having artificial body parts, but gain a mood debuff for doing this. Late game it's pretty good, but early game it's going to be bad because you'll have to redo sort you reduce their capability is for no reason just to get your body bother part. So it goes in, but it's how unless they get something weakened or complete lose or will complete get it or lose something, but lose something or get it damaged significantly. But it's I just say it goes in B tier. You whip increase yes, is the shock for a threshold. Shock threshold. A misogynist is the same as misandrist, but for for women instead of men. Fast walker increases the walk speed, but not as much as jogger, so it saves time. Careful shooter, I don't really care about careful shooter or regular shooter. It increases the time it takes to aim, but also increases accuracy. Delicate increases damage taken not nowhere near as much as by by much as was reduced by tough, but it's still pretty bad. Body peelers get a mood debuff for having an artificial body part, making it basically impossible that making it if they lose a limb, they have to live the rest of the life without any replacement. But I guess going to put it into low D tier. Too smart goes into A tier only because it will increase. Really increases learning speed, but increases mental breakways. Asexual Asexual goes into the high D tier. And these are no in no particular order, or because I you don't really care enough to mm, sure about this enough to organize them from best to worst, worst beyond a six tier system. Slowpoke significantly reduces the walking speed. Trigger happy is the opposite of careful suitors, and I don't really care. It goes into the F tier. Uh, what did we close do? Close is good if we you won't really have enough. You will really never have enough puns to make a recluse unhappy. Be be so it and you get a mood boost for having a low colonist count, a colonist count lower than five. So they go into B tier. Gourmands are better cooks, but they eat more food, which can be poisson. It's very important to preserve in the pins, especially over the winter if you're not in a summer, year-round summer, and especially bad in at the start of a tribal playthrough, since you deliberately don't have an because Tiny intentionally designed it so you don't start with enough food to feed your entire colony well before rice grows, so you would have to do some hunting or fast learner increase is learning speed by 75%, which makes it go all the way to S tier. Gay Gay basically never gets into a relationship. It's theoretically possible, but gay is where for a gay pan to get into a relationship. The- it's where enough to encounter have multiple gay pawns of the same gender. They're or they're that pretty much it's impossible to do so. Sanguine, 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 however it's pronounced, gives a huge boost. So S tier, Beau- beautiful, just increases upon upon beauty, which increases other upon opinion of them. Uh, Aesthetic means you can just stuff them into a one by into a tiny room and they'll be happy and they don't need to and they can eat nutrient base without any complaint. Okay, so that goes into a tier. Slow learner makes it basically impossible for a panda that has no passion in the skill to improve at it, and that pawns with a minor passion in something improve slow at it, in it slower than pawns with no non-slow learner pawns with no passion at all. All. E- and bisexual pawns are pretty weird too. So of the same gender as gay pawns are pretty weird too. So bisexual goes into C because basically because those are where the traits I don't really care about go and a pawn of the same gender that also happens to be a pawn of this same gender that also happens to be gay or bisexual is rare enough that it's basically they're basically just straight pawns. Optimus gives also a move buff, but not as much as Sanguine, so it goes into the A tier. But he also goes into the B tier since he improves. But he also goes into the B tier since it improves beauty. Greedy goes into the D tier because it makes pawns want an impressive bedroom room. Quick Sleeper goes into the S tier because it reduces on sleep time, which is very useful. Chemical fascination is like chemical interest, but worse, so it goes into the F tier. Pessimist is like depressive, but better, so it goes into the D tier. Ugly also goes into the D tier. And jealous it's not as ugly as the currently ugly, but it's still pretty ugly. Jealous goes into the F tier here because it requires and gives a negative 8 mood boost if they don't have the best bedroom, which makes it a nightmare if multiple are around. Uh, I guess it's fine since you don't usually get multiple jealous pods at a time, so it just gets D tier.